it's Robbie from Southern California, and I've got a special treat. I'm so excited, I really am. Oh, I should cover this with tulle, right? Let me show you something. Look at this. This is my beautiful cutting of dinosaur kale. I had this covered in tulle. I always talk about how I love my tulle. This was all covered up, and for the past few days, I've been finding my tulle laid to the side. I even had it clipped on, and I would get up in the morning, and it was laid to the side. I said to Gary, what's going on? He said, oh, squirrels. I don't think so. It's so clean and neat. And then he goes, you're right, it's probably pack rats. They're taking it, and they're putting it in their home. But they're taking it from the top. Look. It looks perfectly cut. Well, I found out last night what has been taking my kale. Let's go, and I'll tell you the story. So last night, about just before 6 o'clock, I came out here, and it's still dark right now. We haven't changed our clock, so it's been dark. And I came out here, and the sun was going down, and I was picking Swiss chard from my truck bed. And I heard a loud noise, like walking, a loud noise. It was loud. And as I kind of moved away, I started to step away, I was going to go to the wall, something came out from the side. At first I thought, wait a minute, coyote? But no. I looked again, and here came another one. A Dane? In the dark? No. Oh my gosh, there were deer. A couple deer came from the hillside. I pleaded with them. No cell phone in my pocket, no camera on me. Stay here, please, please. They just looked at me. I dashed into the house and came running outside as fast as I could. I was in shock that they waited. Now, they didn't wait in the open, no, because I think I startled them, really. They had a routine that I did not know about. But they went back into the hillside here, which is our hillside, and I found them. Oh my gosh. It was the most beautiful sight I had ever seen. I have seen 2 mule deer once. I was sitting out here and 2 came out, and I'll tell you, they scared me because they're so massive. The females, can it be anywhere from 95 pounds to about 200 pounds. The males can be about 125 all the way up to about 330 pounds. And with those ears, they are so big and so beautiful. This time of the year, they do not have antlers. They lose their antlers usually by early February. They do start to grow them right away because it takes time, but by February, they drop their antlers because their breeding season is in the fall. And in the fall, they breed, and then they have their young and their fawn, which they can have 1 or 2 in the spring. They generally, if they're older, will have 2. Usually the first time I've heard they had 1. It's only a 50% rate on them both making it. But we have the California mule deer here. They go all the way down the coast and a little bit around other areas, and they're beautiful and big. I can't say any more than that, but I was so excited to be able to run out here. And as he looked down at me, he was so big. I would say he had to be at least 300 pounds. Beautiful. And he waited on the top of the hill. He waited for all of them to gather as I stood there. He just watched me. So what they were doing is they were coming down here, and apparently they were going to go down here, and either side of the house, they could go that way and go through the front of my garden, or they could go on the side on the wall, and they were going to go to the front yard. Now I know what took the leaves off my apple tree the other night. I had leaves up here that was gone, but I really didn't think much about leaves. But it was my kale. What in the world was eating the tops of the kale so perfectly, it looked like it was just almost snapped off. You could see it was chewed, but it was just so perfect. Well, guess what? Mule deer like kale. They're not touching any collard. I find that fascinating. They're not touching the collard, so thank goodness they don't have a taste for everything. But they are coming down at night. I'm going to keep my eyes open. I instantly had to send a video to my neighbor. She was so excited. They were flabbergasted to find out that this hillside that we share had deer, a herd of 6 deer. There could have been more, but we saw 6. I saw 6 deer. Gary wasn't around. He saw, of course, the video. I'm so glad I grabbed it, because if I told him I was gardening in the dark here and I saw 6 deer, he'd probably go, uh-huh. So I got it on video. I'm so glad I could share it with you. And I think I'm going to do some hiding out under the pepper tree now and see if I can see them again now that I know they're coming through. They're coming through because they forage on leaves and bushes, and they also eat grass. We have a lot of grass, and they eat different things during different times of the year. Of course, this time of the year, we have a lot of new growth, the weeds, which are grass, so they're all through the hillside here they can eat. We also have, of course, apple leaves that they like, and they're probably going to look and see if Gary's got any apples on his tree. And now they have gotten a taste for dinosaur kale. Once they taste my collard, they'll probably eat that too, because they do not touch the Swiss chard in the truck bed. But I wanted to share that with you. I was so excited to see a herd, a beautiful herd of California mule deer come into my property, onto our gardens, and walk around. And you know what? They can eat the kale. I can always grow more kale, and I'm going to grow a lot. Maybe I'll even stick some around here, and Gary's thinking of putting a water trough out for them too. So with that, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. And share a little bit with nature too if you can. Bye-bye.